Alright, working on this 96 Explorer, and I was just doing a simple radio swap out, and it just, one thing led to another, and what a mess. So I just want to share with you guys what I found. So here's your factory radio. You know, you've got all the stuff taken apart, and then on the back of the radio, these connections, you've got this one, which goes to your amplifier, and you've got this one, which is all your power sources. Now, someone had spliced in something else previously, but the color coordinations, I'll go over with you in a minute, but these are your power lines that someone tapped into them previously, and your antenna, and these are my new wires that I've already ran. So typically, you would just run wire connectors to this, but these actually run back to the amplifier, but not in like pairs of wires like you would normally see left and rights. Like these are just left and rights. These are different. These are color coded to the amplifier, and I'm going to show you what those are. But you can't just splice into these into like a new radio wiring harness. So I've got a wiring diagram, and these colors associate with wires that do come from up here, but not all of these wires run to the back. So there are some color codes. You're going to see that like the white with orange that's on here. There's white and orange as example, and that runs to the amplifier. Let's go back there. Okay, so in the rear, there's a quarter panel. It comes off back here. And if you've got the subwoofer, it sits right here. This one does not have a subwoofer, but it does have a factory amp that sits in this bracket right here. And then there's two wiring harnesses. There's this one, and there's this one. This is the one that the wires run from the head unit up front to the amplifier as an input. So only some of these wires, remember there were multiple pairs up front, but only half of them run back here. So this wiring harness right here matches this wiring diagram. Pause if you need to. But really what we're doing is we're bypassing this amplifier altogether. We're taking it out of the equation because an aftermarket head unit can't just run install into this one without a lot of weird stuff happening. So we're going to remove this altogether. But we do need this. This wiring harness connects directly to the door speakers. So all of these color-coded wires right here, these all run in pair to the door speakers themselves. So the speaker layout for that is this. So this diagram tells you which door speakers have which colored wires, because you will not see these wires in the amp input section. It's only going to be the ones that physically run from this. So input through the amplifier, output to the speaker wires that go to the door. So these speaker wires do in fact match up with the wiring harness, and I've already tested everything out. So like I know the left rear speakers, gray and light blue and tin and yellow, I pulled the speaker off the door, and in fact those are correct. The same with the front right. So I ordered this. So this came with this bypass harness right here that has all the regular speaker wires and the antenna wire. And this is the leftover that I didn't need. So running the bypass cable, I mean it's like 20 feet or whatever it is. You gotta take all your trim panels off, you know, tuck it down, and then the Explorer is kind of neat to where they have these channels already in here. So you just pop these channels open. It takes a little bit of effort, but then you can just run all your wiring right underneath and through. So this is the front passenger door, under the channel, through all this mess down here. And some of these wires right here are door speakers, but we're going to bypass those and then just run it up behind the glove box. And then just in through the hole there. and then we're just going to run our new wires into our new stereo matching cables. And along with that speaker wire harness kit that I just showed you, this also comes the adapter, because this one plugs into this harness here. But don't get confused by the colors, because the powers and grounds are different. I'll show you. Alright, so constant 12 volt wire, green, violet. Which whoever did this just cut them and left them. But that's green with violet. So if I took my test light to that would be constant hot right now. Switched wire, yellow black. So that's going to be your accessory wire. Yellow black. Your ground wire, black and light green. So on this harness, it's actually this one. The black and light green is your ground. And this guy, when you connect it to this, those will all eventually line up. And then I just end up, if you're running a new amplifier, you'll use your antenna wire from here, but I'm not going to, so I'll omit those. But those match up. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and show you. Got my test light hooked up, and I'm just going to touch it to the green and purple. See? That's the hot wire, and somebody just literally left it there open. And then this is the accessory wire, so if I turn the key on, that'll come on. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and finish hooking up this aftermarket stereo, and I'll come back and show you it works. But basically this is going to be omitted. We don't need this anymore because we're not using the amplifier. So I'm only going to be hooking into this guy, and then I'm going to tape those off or something. Alright, so the wiring's done. So again, this is going to be left just unused, sitting back there. I'm going to put everything else back together, all those wiring harnesses, and then we'll get the stereo installed. Alright, hooked up, and all the audio is working. Let's go look at the back. So back here, right, the amp's disconnected, and that bypass line's hooked up, and then just ran. So that is it. It's pretty simple. Hopefully that helped you guys out. Give me a subscribe and a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Thanks.